going on, Woe Gang. So I'm definitely curious to see if they can bring what they got from that 3-0 and just bring it again here today and just maybe possibly get another 3 or just simply a win against Resilience, who right now is probably struggling for some sort of momentum. Of course, getting 3-0 by Xylo, isn't the best thing to go into, is the best thing to have once you are going into another match.
Yeah, speaking of that, Stormy, I'd love to hear your thoughts. How does Resilience, they weren't probably expecting to beat Xylo, but they did get 3-0'd. How do you get that mental reset going into a much closer matchup that they really need to get a victory here?
I disagree I disagree with the most rating off you said. If anything, as a fellow captain, I was feel motivated after going against up against a team like Xylo, knowing that you probably weren't going to win. You're coming off of that, going into a match you can probably most definitely win. And you coming off going against a team like Xylo, you already hyped up. You basically buffed yourself up. You went against a really strong team. Now you're going against the easier team. Now you're fully confident. And now I feel like that Resistance will take this, not only because of their confidence and they have a good mindset they can take it, but because of their comps. I remember Vertigo. Vertigo on Wrestling runs Umbrella. The thing is that Resilience comp completely destroys Umbrella. So I don't see how Resistance will find a way out of this.
Yeah. Well, we're just moments away from the game. And just to clarify, a chat question, the spread average is how much they have been winning or losing a game by the average. So if they win 3 games, each by 100 to 0 KO, that would be a 100-point spread. And so it's just kind of a determining how much or how they've been winning games or how badly they've been losing games. But we are ready for game number 1. We're going straight into tower control. Red Sun taking the yellow Resilience here in the blue. I'm ready for this matchup that is supposed to be hype. Let's get a game 5 if we can in this best of 5. But this is only game 1. IPS, what are you seeing out of these teams right out of the gate?
Well, Story was mentioning how Umbrella gets completely countered by, of course, the comp that Resilience runs. And it does seem here that maybe Red Sun did account for that and is not going to say to run their Umbrella player today, as they're opting for Tina to come in with that brush and opting for basically Nautilus with the basic counteract, maybe the other team's Nautilus, and of course the Zap K-Shot. And on the side of Resilience, we see they decide to switch up their comp a little bit, going in here with this V-Slosh, which I always say is a pretty underrated weapon. Can definitely do its own kind of work in a comp compared to Soda Slosher. So it'll be interesting to see how they play her, but I'm just saying all these things, and already nearly the second checkpoint, Redson is just going in right now, getting kills, getting pretty much Resilience right nearly twice here. Hydra now, last one left here, is going to try to make something happen, but he's just going to get backed up.
Red Sun putting on a clinic right now, fighting pick after pick, not letting up whatsoever, keeping the pressure on. They know that Resilience confidence is already down after taking that loss, and they will not get off the gas whatsoever. Checking it to checkpoint 3 maybe, and they're trying to get back on the tower now. But 2 go down instead of rest, and this could be the end of their push.
Possibly here, now the armor coming out. That actually might have been a good play by Wrestler, staying there and getting that armor out of the try. And of course, try's not the fastest weapon to get armor again, so unless that try just farms for armor, it really seems like the armor has been expended until maybe somewhat through their next push. Or maybe Resistance is just going to have to play pretty safe now. But armor does come out for the side of Redson as Daybreak is going to try to use Sync here to find a pick. But isn't going to find anything, but the Zap does go down for the side of Redson as well as the Slosh for the side of Resilience. So we now have a 3v3 situation with the two teams still just kind of playing, waiting for the other team to make a mistake. So it seems like one team might have to make the play to make something happen here.
But Resilience can't wait anymore. They got to get going now. It's so hard to get forward momentum going here on a mode like tower control. And if they don't get momentum fast, this game could easily go away from them right now as the try goes down. As if they're trying to win fights in mid, but Resilience is using their specials, but they're not getting anything out of it. As of right now, we can see this Inkjet not getting anything. It looks like he might get camped too either. They got to push back if they're going to be pressured by Wrestler. And as Bresh, here comes Tina, very daily on that Bresh here, but she goes down to the Nautilus on the side of Resilience. And Resilience needs to think of something fast here if they want to come back and win this game.
Yeah, as you're saying that right now, Nautilus has been just holding this left stack. And as I say that, They do dump into Nahlas, and it does seem now that Resilience is getting their own push up here as Daybreak a little bit for some madness fall off there. And right now it was gonna pop the Inkjet. Brush does get a tray with that splash. Missiles do come out for the side of Red Sun, and Daybreak just get put back a little bit with that Inkjet. And now we see just Resilience still pushing. And right now, kind of Red Sun's kind of going in and not actually properly defending right now. We see Delta going on his own.
Two down.
But they do get a pick right now. 3v2
they need to get the second checkpoint.
Daybreak.
They need to get past the second checkpoint if they want to take it, but they don't get past the second checkpoint. Checkpoint still stands, and that's a really good job by Red Sun holding that defense here. And now it's going to be really hard for Resilience to come back because they get past the second checkpoint yet. And now it's even 3v3 on each side of the field, but right now Red Sun has the middle and has mid control.
Yeah, definitely. Now we see Beam here. Might try to push up this left side. He's going to get dropped on by the splash. He's going to just play this a bit safe, not feed, but 2 to go down on the side of Red Sun. Maybe make that 3 here. That's going to be 3 down the side of Red Sun. Admir now the last one alive. And this will be another chance for Resilience to push now. They have 2 specials at the ready. And Bomb Rush does come out. Carbine here is going to try and make some plays. Armor also coming out. Inkjet still at the ready. Oh, unfortunately, the sloshes go down for the side of Resilience. Maybe right now, this is what Red Sun needs to get the opportunity. Inkjet out from Admir is going to get a pick. And right now, Carbine's the only one left on tower. Trying to get as many points as he can. But not the only 2 ones on tower. Oh, bomb kill by Hydra. Another jump going to the tower here.
There's no way.
That's unfortunately going to go down, and that is going to be the push for Resilience. Red Sun right there. Amazing defense with that Inkjet and those specials, just making sure to keep this together, work as a team to get any person that was jumping in there, or any person that was just trying to make that hero play. But we see now probably the last fight of the game, and Red Beam are going to shark for Carbine, and that's going to be game. Action overtime? Nah, that's it again.
That is indeed game. Red Sun is going to take that game. A little bit too close for comfort. Kind of scary right there. They almost pulled it off, but Red Sun holding strong because they knew that Resilience confidence was already down. And so they come in and put their foot on the gas, not letting up at all. 20 kills on Admir. Whoa. Completely putting the team on his back. Wow, he's the only one in the double digits on his team with the KAs. Admir's crap. Let's go.
Holy cow. Yeah, what an impressive performance there. Unfortunately, we didn't catch all of that action, but apparently he was popping off this whole game.
Yeah,
wow.
Indeed.
But it was definitely interesting to watch that game, though, because it felt like Red Sun really had the upper hand, but Resilience almost able to sneak that one away, and I think it's turning out to be this close match that we were kind of predicting here. But IPS, what does Resilience need to do to get this back to a 1-1 series after losing that first game?
Well, we saw it's definitely not impossible. They didn't get destroyed there like they got destroyed by Xylo. But I feel like one thing for sure, they got to find a way to deal with that knot. Of course, you know, Admir isn't carrying. You know, the rest of his team are doing things. It's on that defense. They'll work together that defense. But right now, Admir is putting in a lot of work. And if, you know, Brazilian's going to do anything here, of course, you got to pay attention to the whole team, especially when you're playing Splatoon. There is never really such thing as a carry. You got to look at the whole team even when you're trying to focus on one person. I remember that there is still 3 other players, but right now they got to find a way to counter that Nautilus, because a Nautilus getting 20 KA, you know, people say Nautilus is broken and all that, but Nautilus can't be countered. As you saw, the Nautilus on Brazilians didn't get much done, so yeah, they got to think of a way to stop Admir, because if Admir can go loose like this for the next 2 games, there is not a lot of hope for Resilience if he can drop another 2 20 bombs.
Yeah, and I think, you know, it'd be especially important if Daybreak can get that Nautilus popping off. I don't know if they'll choose it again, but it seemed like Daybreak wasn't getting those Inkjet kills. We saw many clips of him just not being able to get that pressure that you would think you'd get off that Inkjet. And so, you know, maybe that was the difference maker here in game 1. We'll see if they can change that around, if Daybreak can lead the charge. We are ready for game number 2, going to Rainmaker on Black Belly. Resilience needing a win to tie up this best of 5. Of course, now we're going to get to see here Red Sun's coming out here in the green and Resilience in the purple for game number 2.
Looking at the comps here, of course, we've seen what Resilience runs here. Double Slosher, Sea Jet, Sploosh. Pretty standard stuff. On the side of Red Sun, you know, what Stormy said about that Brella seems like Red Sun really does not care. And they're going to go with the 10th pick.
They don't seem to care at all.
Yeah. Which, a 10 pick isn't too bad on Rainmaker Black Belly if played right. I feel like the only real counter is going to be that Ray and the Sploosh's hammer. So as long as I take the place cards right, you can probably get things done. As we see here, Ray pushes 73 by Red Sun, but Resilience right now kind of has control though.
But Ray and Hammer are such a huge counter. And here's disadvantage for that 10. As we see him stuck in the corner over here. Oh, but no, I was wrong. He is not stuck. He had a plan. He was ready, but he goes down here. As we see Carbon here on his hammer gets another pick. Possibly gets another pick. He possibly gets his nut, but he's gonna be smart in that approach. You know how he approaches here. And they're gonna take it up the middle to the right side, hopefully to get their push going of their own. As misses are popped here on the side of Red Sun, we see that Rainmaker going over to the right side. Chance there waiting for him. Just daring him to come over. We see Inkjet ready, but Tank goes down. Armor is popped. This is their chance for the push. They have to be careful here, but look at this push is going to be stopped by this Inkjet.
And 3 down as well on the side of Resilience here, so Red Sun's definitely going to have their chance to push now. Now the deciding thing here, are they going to push right or left? What is going to be their decision? And we see here, I think, Hammer coming out from, no, not Hammer, sorry, I think it was Missiles, coming out from the side of Red Sun. Ray now, though, coming out, and that might actually kill the push there as 2 go down on the side of Red Sun. And now we see a 4v2 situation in mid here where there is control on the side of Resilience. As Hydra's going to use Splashdown, is maybe looking for this 10th. 10th's in the corner, might go down here unless he pops Hammer.
He pops the hammer out to get out of that situation here.
And
so nice hammer throw there, able to get the pick on that pick, but the Jet Scorcher is going to be able to tread it back. As we see now, Resilience here has an advantage. Could probably get a push going with their 10 down. We see Inkjet on the ready on the side of Red Sun, and hopefully they can not further push when they start. Armor is popped, so now they got to push them and find some picks. But this tent here is not here. Adamir, they got to be careful. Popped off last game. If they're not careful, he can drop easily under the 20 bomb, as we see. But looks like he's struggling right now. Armor is popped, so now looks gonna be able to get a pick on the machine. 2 down on the side of the Resilience. And looks like they're going to get their push going. Were you able to get the lead here? No,
yeah,
they were not.
As you say that, but yeah, the Rainmaker goes in the path of the try, unfortunately. Maybe a late call from Admir, unfortunately. They're not going to be able to stop that try who came on the Shark. But I think right now, there is opportunities for Reds in the push, but they're kind of failing to take complete advantage of it by letting one player from Resilience get something. And I think mainly right now, if you have a tank here, and it's getting countered by a hammer and a stingray, that's gonna go and look at you and say, yeah, that's easy kills. You want to take advantage of that and let them kill you, so maybe Redsa could then take advantage, you know, the rest of Redsa could take advantage and maybe get kills for that. And as I say that right now, Hammers are ready for that 10th through.
It's gonna be a white
3 down. If they can get that Jet, that might be no Ray there, and that's
oh, they got him.
That's really no Ray there, but no one's grabbing the Rainmaker. Delta now going back for it as the push for Red Sun begins.
Oh, a nice hammer play.
There. They need to get that guy started on the left side there. It tries going on the flank.
3 down. Last one's just a Ray.
If they can knock that,
the Ray is stopped though.
The Sploosh now rush for the Rainmaker. It's not gonna have.
It's gonna be a KO.
They gotta push it though, and they don't see the push. I think the machine there just got a triple there from just sloshing in the general direction of the Rainmaker.
Yeah.
And
yeah, you got an amazing triple there to help stop that push. Now Resilience needs to come back here as they find 2 picks here. They need to be quick. What are they waiting for? They need to hurry up. And oh, I disagree with that. The armor carrier picked up the Rainmaker. He didn't pop it at all. They have no defense to put. They have no offensive pressure now. But maybe they can still make it work as we see the Ray come out and we see the machine put the pressure. This could be their chance. Oh no, but it looks like Red Sun's going to complete some of this push. That could be the game.
Yeah, so right now 15 seconds left. 4 up on the side of Red Sun, just getting mid control, watching that Rainmaker. The only way Resilience can win is just by running in and hoping for the best, but doesn't seem like that's going to happen. Machine is going to go down. Sploosh is going to go down. And I think that's going to be game, yeah. And Red Sun gets up now 2-0 in this set. And it really seems like, and once again, Resilience is down 2 games, up in the ropes, and it's not really looking good for them, honestly.
It's not. Mm.
Well, a good game there, and Red Sun taking that victory. It was fairly close at moments, but Red Sun definitely coming out there on top. Man, I'm feeling bad for Resilience because it seems like they're a team that is just on the cusp of being really good. But Stormy, what is that one thing that's maybe just stopping them from being a higher level tier team?
So, and this is something I experienced when Persistence first formed. It's like they're still a relatively new team, so they got space to grow. They do. But what's stopping them as of right now from being a good team, I don't think it's how they're playing. It's not thinking their skill level. I think it's more of a mental state. It's because like when teams get after, especially after losing to Exilo, maybe that did actually bring them down. I thought it didn't, but apparently it did. And losing that was pretty hard. And it's like you have to overcome adversity at some point. You have to overcome adversity. You have to look up and learn how to fight back. I've been in many situations to where our back is against the wall and we got to come through and fight hard. And it seems like Resilience just hasn't learned that yet. Maybe they can prove me wrong here by maybe getting a reverse sweep. Then I'm hoping they can see.
Yeah, well, we'll see. They're going to have to play on Clan Blitz Inkblot Art Academy. Right now, I just want to say thank you to Miss Popgun, who followed a few minutes earlier during that match. Thank you so much for getting us closer one step to 500 followers. You guys are amazing.
Hi, Miss Popgun.
And yeah, it's been interesting, guys. We are in a threat of another 0-3. That would be 3 0-3s in a row. I'm hoping that Resilience can at least push us to a game 4 here because we've been seeing most series in today here on Clan Blitz Inkblot Art Academy. Teams are now ready though, so we'll see if they can do it. If not, Red Sun will also get a 3-0 statement over Resilience. That would be huge for them going forward, moving with lots of confidence. So, game number 3, let's see what happens here on Inkblot Art Academy. This time around, Resilience gonna be in the teal color and, Red Sun in the teal color, rather, and Resilience here in the magenta.
So we're seeing a bit of a comp change coming from Red Sun. Daybreak switching to this 52 gal. Maybe is seeing that maybe his knowledge is not working right now, is opting to switch to something else, see if that can work. Meanwhile, on the side of Red Sun, we see Teen here on the Ink Brush and the Bow, notorious Clan Blitz weapon, especially if played right. Other than that, the comp seems pretty similar. You got Shot, Junior, and Nautilus, stuff we've seen pretty much every single game, mostly from Red Sun. And we see Red Sun here already just pushing in. They don't have a clam yet, but they're just putting in the control, and they're definitely going to push in soon.
Resilience is going to have such a hard time dealing with this brush on the side of Red Sun. Tina, like I said, an amazing brush player, but they're going to snuff out their push here, completely surrounding them on all sides here, and now they're going to take back mid control. Cliff and Clams to get the push going of their own.
Yeah, right now 8 clams for Daybreak here. If they can still get more clams and possibly get their special together and get picks again, I feel like they can definitely make a pretty big push here against Resilience, but they got to be careful, honestly, against that brush. Definitely that brush needs to sneak in and get something, you know, maybe a sneaky pick or a sneaky push for the side of Red Sun. As I say, that Daybreak does get in, and there is 2 down on the side of Red Sun here. Julian's going to get 2 more clams in as Daybreak does go down. Right now, Hydra getting more clams in as Beam is kind of focusing forward instead of Hydra right now. Carbon does jump in and he goes down, and right now Tina going to flank Hydra, getting that pick, and that is going to be the end of Resilience push down to 62. And now we got to see how Red Sun responds.
But it's taking up the end of the push. They do get 2 down here, so they do have mid control, and they still have the clam advantage. But as I say that, Resilience comes back and takes out 2 people of their own. Now it's their turn to get back mid control and possibly get pushed their own. Missiles are coming out here looking to locate them and possibly team up with their teammates so they can possibly find some picks here. Let's see if it works out for them. We see the Nautilus here on the right. Inkjet is popped. We see a Super Clan form here, running for the basket. Baller in. And now Red Sun is looking for a chance to go in and get a push going, but Farm Rush is going to stop them. 3 down on the shot of Red Sun. Nice defensive but resilience. But you can't keep playing defense here. You got to go win. And as I say that, they make their way in and probably get the push going.
It seems like right now, Redstone is actually struggling against Resilience here, as we see that on defense, they're kind of just lining in with the clams and focusing the wrong people. And at the same time on offense, they seem to go all in and then go all down. I think they got to try to get picks instead of trying to force it with specials. I feel like that is more what Red Sun is more akin to with their comp. See, just Delta here is just trying to get it in. They're just
once
not
again,
being
like you
patient.
said. Yeah,
And
like
they do
you
get a power
said,
from it, being able to get another one. Actually, Daybreak the only one alive right now. If Admir can focus these clamps, say the picks right now, and power clamp jump, and they do get the lead at 28, and from Delta dying with power clamp, they actually get it to a lead of 28. But now this can be a moment of truth.
It didn't look like that push was going to work. It looked like completely snuffed out that push, but I guess not. And now they're on that back foot once again as 2 go down here. And it might be 3 down here if they're not careful. Oh, but nice pick there by the Slosher. Could get another one. But no, and now Resilience needs to build a clan spawn pick, get specials in order to come back. They can't afford to go down anymore.
Yeah, don't feel like right now Resilience is going to have to get... They do not have a massive penalty, but they're going to need more than one power climb definitely to get the lead here. If they do what they did against Red Sun in the first half of the game, they can definitely get a game-winning push here. As I say that, Daybreak's the only one alive with the power climb. And he's going to go in, but he's going to go down. And now 1 minute left. Red Sun with control. Probably not going to go for a push since they have pretty much a penalty of nearly 40. And Stormy, what do you think is going to happen now in this next minute?
I'm going to be honest. Red Sun's going to win because like it's the morale. The morale after that wipe that we just saw, the morale is definitely down there in the Resilience VC, and it looks like they don't have anything left in it to come back. As now we see Tina here on this brush, popping balling once again. The knot does go down the side of Red Sun. Oh, Tina could possibly go down here, but not until she finds a pick though. And now this is Resilience chance to make a comeback. They can't afford to go down anymore. They need to get these picks. They need to get these clams in.
You gotta wonder fight smart. Yeah, power clam right now. They have 9 clams. Daybreak right now looking for a clam.
Armor is popped, but it looks like it just.
Okay, Daybreak finally gets a clam. Tina is gonna go down though, and right now 2v3 situation. Unless something can be clutched out by the 2 members of Resilience here, this seems to be game. Red Sun being smart, just playing back, using their range, bomb being thrown there by Red Sun, and that's the game. That's gonna be the set. Drip pick by Red Sun here.
Drip pick, let's go Red Sun.
Dripping, and that's gonna be it. Red Sun taking the 3-0 against Resilience. My man, very unfortunate for Resilience. That's 0-6 today, but you know what can you do, especially when actually now looking at Red Sun,
look at the KAs. Look at these KAs. 13, 14, 16, 17. Red Sun just proving their dominance. Like I said, Tina is so amazing on that brush, so scary and so hard to deal with.
Honestly, looking at Red Sun right now, who knows? Maybe if they keep going the way they're playing right now, because it seems like honestly they're playing even better than they were against Awogang. Maybe they might be the team to actually be able to put a challenge up on Xylo. So we'll have to see when they play each other.
Yeah,
but for the time being,
let's talk about that though, because now both teams are sitting at a 2-0. Both teams just got a 3-0 wipe. I would say Xylo's 3-0 was a little more impressive than Red Sun's over Resilience here in the second matchup. But Stormy, is Red Sun possibly a top 2 or 3 tier team after starting off a 2-0 week now? They look pretty hot.
I mean, yeah, they definitely are looking hot. They are definitely not afraid to go in there. They are definitely looking like a top 2 or 3 team. They look like they can even take down Test Supremacy. I don't know about Xylo. See, that's a big mountain to climb. Xylo is a mountain, and you gotta scale it. You have to scale it. You gotta chop away at it. And I don't think, and to be honest, I don't think Red Sun is ready to take on that challenge. But
maybe not yet. But they're showing up. They're keeping it. They're keeping.
Hey,
They're keeping
I
right up
mean-
in step with Xylo here.
I mean, hey. Stormy, you say yourself, right? Doesn't Silo have a weakness against brushes, right?
Oh, yo, you right. Oh, then you right.
So
See, Tina,
maybe
dang.
Xylo is gonna have to watch out here. Maybe gonna have to think of getting their gameplay against brushes, a bit cleaned up, or who knows? Maybe Red Sun with Tina might come up with this upset in the coming weeks. But of course,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see.
That's in
We'll
the
talk
coming
about that
weeks.
storyline as it gets closer here. Of course, that's going to be a hype matchup in the future when it does happen. But Zach, I want to come to you to give a little encouragement to resilience after a tough day going 0-6. Zach, how does a team like this bounce back from a rough day like this?
Well, I'm actually pretty happy that they didn't, because I promised my Twitter followers that if they did reverse sweep, that I would be eating the meat mountain from Arby's tonight.
Oh, yikes.
So I'm very
What is
glad.
wrong with you?
I'm glad this didn't come through. However, I think Resilience still had a lot of really close calls, and they